Oh my gosh, I'm actually so touched. I'm backstage listening to this extraordinary woman. To be able to stand next to someone of such character and quality as Barbara Nicholas and know that she and Jack represent so much of what we love about America. They are such wonderful examples to us. It really brought tears to my eyes as I was backstage thinking of how amazing it is. I have to pinch myself to think that even anyone like that would even know who we are. Because I've admired Jack Nicklaus all of my life and admired his way of living, his way of achieving his greatness in so many areas outside of the golf course. And I know Ohio is their home state, and that this is where so many of you folks know them and love them. And as so many Americans across the country admire and respect them, I'm also humbled to be on the stage with so many extraordinary women. And I see there's a few men. A few men. Hi. There's a few men out there, too. This is great. Jane mentioned we're on the girls' bus. I really like rolling with the girls, let me just tell you right now. I've had a great time with Cindy McCain. She was with me in Virginia. She's now with me in Ohio. She and I have formed such a deep friendship. There's few people in this country that know what it's like to do this, and Cindy and I know what it's like. So I'm grateful for Cindy. I'm grateful for Jane Portman, whose husband was very helpful in helping me prepare for those debates. We love Rob and respect and admire him so much, too. And boy, these good, great Midwestern values, boy, do they shine through. We love that. I think a few of you have heard me say this before, but Cindy is again, she shares this sentiment with me and understands that, running is very, very hard on families. It's very tough. So after the last campaign, when John McCain won fair and square, I got out my video camera and I made this recording for my husband. Sweetie, I'm never doing this again. He looked at it. He laughed. I said, why are you laughing? He said, you say that after every pregnancy. True. And yet I have 5 boys. I will tell you when that 5th boy, because I never knew. I mean, those were in the days when you never knew what you were having. And when that 5th boy popped out, I turned to Mitt and I'm like, that's all I got. There were no girls in my future. I could see that for sure. It was a long time waiting for that first granddaughter. The other amazing thing. Okay, so I have 5 sons. You got a daughter. Where are you? You got a daughter. Waiting for that first granddaughter. The other amazing thing. Okay, so I have 5 sons. You got a daughter. Where are you? You got a daughter. Right in the middle. Okay, I have 18 grandchildren. Guess how many are boys? 13. I'm surrounded. And by the way, I have all brothers. So I had to learn how to play football and baseball and play and roughhouse and everything else that those boys are so fun. And, life is interesting, and the boys taught me amazing lessons, and I appreciate them so much. I could have nearly killed them when they were kids, but they taught me how to be open and how to be open with your feelings and how to express your feelings openly. And I was actually very shy. I mean, the thought that I'm even up here on a stage with a microphone in my hand is unbelievable. I spent my entire elementary school never saying one word. And I remember teachers would put me between other kids that were misbehaving because I was the buffer zone. Nothing was going to happen with Ann in the middle, but no one was going to talk to anybody. And it's shocking that I'm here with a microphone in my hand. So the boys taught me a lot. They taught me I had to stand up for myself and had to speak up. So I appreciate that. Women power is great too. And now I finally have some of it in my life, and there's the greatest joy in my life for my daughters-in-law. And I will tell you, I'm so grateful I have girls in my life, and they came toilet trained. And out of their teenage years because their mothers told me they were simply horrible. So here we are, 5 days out. What an amazing journey we've been on all across this country. And I wish I could tell you all. Now, I will tell you this is sort of a special day for me today because this is my last day for doing my campaigning on my own. For whatever reason, they've kept Mitt and I apart for the last, I don't know, months. Every once in a while I weave in with him, but I have been on the road a lot on my own. This is my last day. So it's an emotional day for me because I wish I could tell you what I've learned on the road and what I've heard and the stories I have heard. And I wish I could tell you how touched I am, how deeply touched I am, and how deeply touched my life has been and Mitt's life has been by touching out and reaching so many Americans across this country. We have come to know this country on such an extraordinary level, and I can't even tell you how much I love it and how much I love all Americans. Thank you. Thank you. What I've heard and what has been etched in my heart have been the pleas of women. Women have been coming up to me and saying, please help. Women have been coming to me saying, we're hurting. There was a woman I just met in Des Moines that grabbed me, and she's been volunteering with her daughters, and she said she has been out of work for a year and a half. She's been giving blood to put food on the table for her children. These are things you cannot forget. These are voices you cannot get out of your head. When I go down at sleep at night, these are the things I'm hearing echoing in my head and in my heart. They've been etched in my heart now. All the voices of the Americans that are out there that need help. And the only thing I can tell them is that help is on the way. One thing I know about Mitt, he does not fail, and he will not fail as a president. I have seen him in every situation, and I've known him since we were high school sweethearts. This is an amazing guy. He has so much integrity and so much character. I have seen him as a husband, as a father, as a governor, as a businessman, as a guy that turned around the Olympics. And in every single situation, I will tell you, he has tackled each job with integrity, character, discipline, and a heart so big. This is the thing that I know about Mitt, is that he cares. And we're doing that because he does care. I know my good friend Pam Finlayson just had a chance to share with you a few stories from our earlier years. I appreciate Pam. I appreciate the friendships that we've had throughout the years and the close friendships we've been able to develop. Those are the things that matter most in life, our family and friends and those people and lives that we come into interaction with. There's some Americans right now hurting, my goodness, in New York and New Jersey. The TV is just extraordinary how many people must have lost their homes in New Jersey. So I know what Americans do when they get down. They reach out and help one another. They don't care about party. They care about helping one another, and I've loved seeing that as well. So let me remind you that it's very, very easy to donate to the American Red Cross. You get out your cell phone, you go to your text, and you text 90999. What does that remind you of? Herman Cain's 999. We can remember that. After one debate, this is terrible. This is because it's my last day. I'm going to just tell more stories. After one debate, or several debates, I had a little 3-year-old granddaughter, And after the debate, she was running around the room dancing, 999, 999. And I turned to Mitt, I said, Herman's onto something there. He's getting through to my little 3-year-old granddaughter. Anyway, American Red Cross, 90999. And then in the text area, you just type in American Red Cross, you press send, $10 automatically gets deducted from your bill to give to the American Red Cross. Couldn't be easier. I think it's an easy, wonderful way for all of us to contribute. It just takes 10 seconds. So take 10 seconds out of your life with $10, give to the American Red Cross for all of those so that we can help out in any way we can. After all, we are all Americans, and now we do what we all do best, is help each other out. I'm going to tell you some stories that Pam told one. I'm going to share with you another, which shows, again, how Mitt cares and how I know what kind of a person he's going to be when he sits in the Oval Office. It was a story told by Pat and Ted Oprowski. Ted was a firefighter from Medford, Massachusetts, and his 14-year-old son, David, was diagnosed with cancer. And we knew them pretty well, but not real well. And I found it very interesting in my life to see what happened when Mitt found out. Because you've got to put this in context. He was a very busy professional person himself. He had 4 little boys at the time, and I remember that because I remember my little 2-year-old son, Benjamin, was just learning how to talk. And I was struck by the fact that when David was diagnosed, that Mitt would take time out of his busy life and go and visit with him in the hospital, or if he was home, go and visit with him at home. And often he'd take my little boys with him on these visits. And I remember thinking this thought at that time is that, Ben's learning how to talk right now, but he's learning something else. He's learning what it's like when a friend and a neighbor gets in trouble. He's learning from his father how we behave when someone is hurting. And you don't talk, you roll up your sleeves and you do. I think those lessons were learned at, when they were just no taller than our knees. And it's no surprise to me that my son Ben is now a great big grown-up boy, and he's a doctor right now himself. Dr. Benjamin Romney. So Mitt made time in his life to go visit David, and they developed a friendship. And in this friendship, David would often, talk to Mitt about his life. One of the things Mitt learned is that David loved fireworks, so Mitt made a point in bringing fireworks to David when one of his visits he was out, and this is a hard thing for me to get out, the firefighter father made sure that those fireworks, this is a Dr. Seuss story, were set off safely. And those were, a few moments of happiness in David's remaining short days. Another time, Mitt's visiting with David, and he recognizes that he's, losing his battle with life. And he had short days. Another time, Mitt's visiting with David, and he recognizes that he's, losing his battle with life. And he asks Mitt, what's next? What's next for me? Like, am I going to continue? I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. And Mitt said, David, do not fear. We're all here on earth for a short time. Yours is shorter than most. But you're going to be fine. You're going to live after this. You're going to be greeted by people that love you on the other side. You're going to be fine, and you're going to have the Savior on the other side that's going to comfort you and know life is eternal. And aren't we all blessed to have that comfort in our lives? Another time, David asked, knowing Mitt had a law degree, said, could you please write my will? And so Mitt, next visit, takes his yellow legal pad and paper and pencil, and they sit down together. Now, a 14-year-old doesn't have many possessions, but David wanted to make sure that his rifle got to his brother, his skateboard got to his friend, but he also wanted to say that he wanted to be buried in his Boy Scout uniform. Wow. So Mitt wrote that will, got it all set. Then David had one final request of Mitt after they developed this friendship, and he asked Mitt, would he please give the eulogy at his funeral? That's the kind of man that I know is going to be sitting in that office in the White House. So we are at this point now where we're only 5 days out. Early voting has started. We need to have all of you encourage those people that you know to get out and vote right away, get it done. Make sure that Ohio makes the decision here. And Ohio with clear eyes and a full heart will tell America that this is our choice. This is the path forward with the person that is going to bring real change, that is going to bring the change that is desperately needed in Washington. That change in that office is going to be held by the next president, whose name will be Mitt Romney. God bless you all for coming, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.